The hard work nonprofits put in to change lives is remarkable. Take a look at this.
There are an incredible amount of social injustices and human rights issues plaguing our world, from human trafficking to genocide. That means the world is full of people whose stories need to be told.
So many social justice and human rights issues that deserve attention today, and many of us are bombarded by them. What we try to do is to focus in on ones that we think are critically important that maybe most people don't know about. We focus on genocide, sex trafficking, ecocide, which is really environmental justice and climate change and how it impacts all of us. We also focus on veterans and the trauma of war, and a lot about Native American rights and indigenous rights. What we've learned is that somehow all these issues are interconnected. So you can't talk about genocide without acknowledging sexual violence. You can't talk about specific genocides of the 21st century without looking at how environmental factors caused the genocide.
For the survivors, they are able to tell their story as an act of healing. And for the community who bears witness, we create ways for them to act, so there's a call to action. And we are also creating historical evidence to live and for generations to be able to access it.
For over a decade, 3 Generations has been at the forefront of unearthing urgent human rights stories. They've produced short films, feature documentaries, and hundreds of videos that cover critical justice issues in our communities.
So 3 Generations has a bit of a dual meaning. First and foremost, it represents the idea that it takes 3 generations of a family for the trauma of a experience related to genocide or crimes against humanity to sort of wind its way through a family. And then in the context of my family, my grandfather, who liberated and filmed the liberation of Bergen-Belsen concentration camp, shared that story. My mother has been sharing these stories, and I've become involved in the organization in a way to represent that 3rd generation.
To tell stories that are not being covered by mainstream news media, that we think are really important, but maybe other people haven't seen the significance yet or haven't got there to tell that story.
Native American women who have experienced trafficking, domestic violence, poverty, loss of children through child protection, chemical dependency. Across the board, we're underrepresented. We have to be very careful who we work with and who tells our stories, especially if they're non-Indigenous. So getting into the community sometimes is pretty hard. And so spending years developing a relationship and trust with 3 Generations was really important. And having those conversations of what's okay, what's not okay. You know, we want our stories told.
We love to grow this community. We love our community to bring in their friends and family. We want them to follow us on social media, share our content, most importantly, watch our content, and also bring us ideas for stories. We'd love to have people tell us, what's going on in their neighborhoods and their parts of the world, and hopefully we can help tell those stories.
For more information on 3 Generations and the incredible work they're doing, visit their website, 3generations.org, or go to our website, thebalancingAct.com.